Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show you how to create the simple calculator in Java. So let's do the same thing practically. So let me save this program as simple calculator.java. Let me define here one class calculator. Now this class is extending from JFrame. So frame is my container in which I want to put the controls. Let me import the package, and that is java x.swing.star. Let me import java.awt.star, and for event handling I need the event, that is awt.event.star. Now I want to write the constructor of this calculator. I need label, and that is for the simple calculator, that title I want. So I'm just writing here J label L1. Here you can write that L1 is equal to new J label, and here you can put that this is simple calculator. So this is the text that will be available in the screen if you add the label. But I want to set the layout, that is null. So I'm just setting here that the set layout null. As well as I want to call the function to close the frame. So you can call the function set default close operation, and here you can pass exit on close. So your frame will be closed whenever user click on the close button. Now I want to write the class that is a simple calculator, and here you can write the main function, that is public static void main. Now here you can create the instance of calculator, that is calculator C equal to new calculator. So definitely the frame will be created. You can write c.set visible true. So your frame will be visible true. By default the frame is hidden. Now here we can define x, y, width and height of our frame. So I'm just writing c.set bounds, and here you can set that x is 400, y 200, width for example 400, and the height is 250. Let me save this. Let me compile this program, that is a simple calculator.java, and let me run this simple calculator. What happens is, it is simply opening the frame, but I want the control, and the control is a label. So I need to set the bounds. So how we can set the bounds? Very simple. Here we can say that before adding the label, you can say L1.setBounds. Now you can define the x, y, width and height of your label. So x is 60, y 10, 300 width and 30 is the height of my label. You can save this. You can compile and run. You will get that the simple calculator, this is my label, right? But I want to set the font also. So what we can say? Very simple. You can call the function L1.setFont. You can call the constructor of font. Here you can write the name of the font, for example Times New Roman, and here you can pass font dot type, that is bold, plain, italic, and you can give the size, for example 30. Now you can compile your code and you can run. You will get that the simple calculator, this is the title. Now I want the color also in this text. Here you can call the function L1.setForeground. So foreground is the function in which you can call color dot which color you want. I want the color blue. Now you can compile and run. You will get here that this is the simple calculator and the color is blue. Now I want to add the to text field in which I will get the number from the user. So I'm writing here control, that is J text field. Text field is used to get the input from the user. So you can say that I need the two text box, and that is the text field 1 and text field 2. And I need the 4 button, that is J button B1, B2, B3 and B4. So I need the 4 button. So here you can write what? That is T1 equal to new J text field. And here you can pass the length of your text field, for example 60. Same way you can call the constructor of text field 2. So you can write T2 equal to new text field. Same way you can call the constructor of button. So you can write B1 equal to new J button, and you can say that this button is to add the two number, this button is to subtract the two number, this button is to multiply the two number, and this button is to divide the two number. So I have four button B1, B2, B3 and B4. Simply we can add all this button to our frame. So one by one we can write here, that is add B1, we can write add B2, B3, B4, text 1, text 2. So this is B2, B3, B4, this is text 1 and text 2. But what happened? This all button will definitely added, but I need to set the bounds. Until and unless I does not set the set bounds, that button will not be placed onto the frame. If you compile this particular code and if you run this, you will not get the button over here. Now we need to set the bound. So where we need the button and where we need the text field. So first we will set the bounds for the text field. So I'm just setting that t1.setBounds. Where you want the text field? I want the text field on x 100, y 60, width 120 and height 30. You can put one more text field below this. So I just need to change the y, no x. So this text field will be vertically placed. You can save this. If you compile and run your code, whenever you run this, I'm not getting text field here, another text field, just because I need to write here add T1 and T2 both, right? Now you can compile and run your code, you will get the two text field over here, one text field and another text field. Now I want to put the four button over here, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I want the two button below this text field, 1 and 2, that is addition and subtraction. So here we know the width and height of our text field. Here we can say that b1.setBounds. This b1 is the button, right? So where you want this button, x will be definitely 100. Y is now, that is 140. Why 140? Because my second text field is starting from 100 and width is 30. So I will put my button as 140. Width of my button is 60 and height of my button is 30. You can save this. Now you can compile and run. You will get the button over here, that is add. Now exactly over here, that is on the same x axis, I want the button. I need to change the x. My y will remain same. So here you can copy this and you can say that b2.setBounds. Now I need to change x. So I'm writing here this b2, that is button number 2 dot setBounds, that is 160. Why 160? Because button 1 width is 100 plus 60, that is 160. So I will start button number 2 from 160, right? If you want to put the space in between, then you can start from 165 also. Now you can compile and run. Whenever you run, you will get the two button, add and sub. Now exactly below this two, I want the two more button. One is, that is multiplication and another one is the division. So what we can do? Simple. We can copy this and we can paste here. Now here in this button number 3 and button number 4. In button number 3, what I need to make the changes? My x will remain same, but I need to change the y, that is 180. In the button number 4, I need to make it here, that is 180. You can save this. You can compile and run your code. You will get that there are 4 buttons. Now you can increase the height of this frame. So here you can move to your this code and you can increase the height. Height is right now 250. Let me make it 300. You can compile this and you can run. Height will be increased. Now whenever user pass the number, for example, 15 and 5. Now whenever I click on add, I want the addition over here in this part, right? And whenever I click on sub, I want the subtraction over here. So how we can manage this thing? Very simple. You can take one more label over here, right? So let me take one more label. So what we can do? We can take one more instance over here, that is L2. Now here we can write that is L2 is equal to new J label. Now I want to set the bounds of this label. So I'm just calling the function L2 dot set bounds. What is the X of your label 2? So it is decided based on the text field. Text field is starting from 100 and the width of the text field is 120. So I will start my this label from 250. What is the Y? Y is 80. What is the width of label? 100. Height of label, that is 30. You can add your label, so you can write here add L2. You can compile your code and you can run this. Whenever you run, you will get test over here. But I don't want the test. I want the summation, subtraction, multiplication and division. So right now I am not writing any content over here. That I will write in a event handling. So what we can do, whenever user click on button, I want to implement the thing. So for that, you need to call the action listener. So here you can write the function b1.add-action-listener. Here you need to provide the instance of action listener. So I'm just writing here new action listener. You can write it that is anonymously. So for that you need to implement the method action performed, and here you can pass the instance of action event. Now here you can say that label 2 dot set text. Now whenever button 2 is clicked, I want to set the text over here. But before that, I need to get the two number. That is text field 1 data and text field 2 data. So here we can write that integer number 1 is equal to t1 dot get text. Now what happened? This text field 1 dot get text, whenever you call, it will return the string. So it will not be assigned to integer variable. So here what we can do, we can call integer dot parse int, and we can pass this string in an integer dot parse int function. Same we can do for the number 2. So here we can write that integer number 2 is equal to integer dot parse int t2 dot get text, and here we can say that sum of two numbers is equal to, and here you can write number 1 plus number 2, right? You can simply close this bracket, you can save this. Now you can compile this code and you can run this. Now it's asking me two numbers, for example 15 and 5. Let me click on add. Sum of two numbers, let me increase this. It is not displaying this. Why? Because I need to increase the width of my label. See here, the width of label is 100, right? That is the reason why it is not displaying the proper value. So width is, for example, 200. Now you can recompile your code and run. Suppose if you pass 15 and 5, let me click on add. I'm getting sum of two numbers is equal to 20. Now I want to calculate the subtraction, multiplication and division. So you can simply copy your this particular code. Instead this B1 you can write B2. Instead this B1 you can write B3. Instead of this B1 you can write B4. Here you can say that this is the subtraction. Here you can say that this is the multiplication. And you can say that this is the division. This is the subtraction. So I need to write here number 1 minus number 2. I need to make it here number 1 multiply by number 2, and I need to make it here number 1 divide by number 2. You can save this. Now you can compile and run. You can provide the value, for example 15 and 5. Add, sum is 20, subtraction is 10, multiplication is 75 and division is 3. So this is the way you can create the simple calculator.